Hello, hello, hello. Patricia here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, who has been sorry, I'm trying to get that in there again. Who has been very absent for the entire holiday, it feels like. And I have to sorry about this. Okay, I think we're good there. For the entire holiday, and I do apologize for that. Have you ever gone through a period of just lethargy? I don't know, depression maybe? I hate to say that, but that's kind of what it has felt like. I just have not been able to get myself going. And I was sick in there and have been very, very, very busy for the holiday, which is no excuse because this is what I want to do. But nonetheless, that's where it is. So, here in Alaska or in Palmer, where I live since I have retired, the temperature outside is about 0, I believe. And up in the village where I've taught for the last few years, I believe it's about minus 15, something like that in Deering. But anyway, what I want to show you today is a request that I had weeks ago, and I do apologize, Lisa Kay, that I have not gotten this done. Right now, I'm just going to show you a quick how to do this, and then I'll put it in a card in the next video. Okay, so first of all, this is the squirrel from Fluffy Squirrel, and it is this squirrel which matches the Fluffy Squirrel builder right here, the punch. Okay, so it's easy to stamp and then punch it out. Okay, so we know how to do that, and if you don't, I'll go through that in just a minute. But have you ever wanted your squirrel to face the opposite direction? It's so easy to do. You just have to know the steps to do it. And so that's what I'm going to show you today. There's my chamois to clean my stamp. What I'm using is the Stamparatus. Now, if you have the Stamparatus, Stampin' Up! Does not sell this anymore. However, whatever kind of stamp positioning tool that you have, it's essentially the same thing. If you can get a hold of one of these Stamparatus, I absolutely love them. They are amazing, but you may not be able to get a hold of one because we don't sell them anymore. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to make sure that we have a perfectly clean surface. And what I'm using is the silicone craft mat. Now, we do have these, okay? So I'm going to use the silicone craft mat. I have put it in my Stamparatus or my stamp positioning tool. I'm making sure that it's nice and clean, that it is set up in the corner. I'm not going to stamp in the corner, but I am going to stamp up here. So I'm going to put my chamois out of the way. I'm going to make sure everything is good here. Then I'm going to take my stamp, and I am using the one that we can punch out so that I can show you this very easily, but you could use others. And I'm just going to place it wherever. I don't want to get too close to the edge because that can cause problems. But then I'm just going to pick it up. Okay, so I've got my tool, and then I am going to take my paper, my cardstock, and I'm just going to have it here ready because once I put down the ink, I don't want to wait a long time for it, okay? I don't want to give it time to dry. So in this case, I'm going to take Early Espresso. That's going to be the color of my squirrel. I'm going to open up the positioning tool, or Stamparatus in this case. I'm going to put some ink on it, and I'm going to stamp it down on my silicone craft mat. Okay, so then lift it up, and as you can see, and I sort of did this on purpose, it's not exactly covered in ink, so I'm going to do it again. And that's one of the reasons you want to use your stamp positioning tool, is you want to be, well, I still haven't gotten that center. Gotta give it a good press there. Okay, there we go. Very nicely done. Now I'm just simply going to put my cardstock in there, and I just raked my hand and that cardstock through the ink. And I'm going to ink up my stamp again and press it down. Now, once I'm done with this part, when I look at my squirrel, this is what it would show if I were just going to punch it out and be good to go, okay? But if you lift that up and turn it over, there is the same squirrel, okay? So now what I do is put this, and I need to cut off a little bit of this. I got it a little too high up, but that's okay. All right, there we go. Okay, now put this in there. Line up my squirrel in the punch, and you see I go all the way around. Punch it. This is what it would look like, but if I flip it over, I now have a squirrel facing the opposite direction. So I have got two little squirrels that are facing each other, if that's what I want to do for my card, or whatever else. Now, I notice here I still did not get a really good impression on that, so I'm going to do it again. So I've got my ink on there because I did not clean it before I closed it. I'm going to stamp it again. Give it a good impression. Lift it. Looks pretty good, but I'm still going to go ahead and do it again. There we go. Nice. That looks very good. Now I'm going to put my cardstock in here again. Right there. I can go ahead and press it if I want, but you don't want to move that paper. I'm going to ink it up again. To be honest, you probably don't have to terribly well ink it up again, because all you're doing is trying to exactly where those lines are, pick it up on the reverse side. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to lift it up. Looks nice. And this one still is just a little fuzzy. I'm not sure what the deal is. Maybe I'm not cleaning this good enough. It's not, where's my sponge? I know it was right here because here it is. I'm going to give it a clean. There we go. Let's try this again. And we're going to put it right here. So, and I'm going to go ahead and clean my squirrel here as well. Okay. And give my little squirrel a good inking. Make sure that's dry. There we go. I want to do that again. I want to make sure it's got plenty of ink on there and is not smudged. One more time, just because. Okay, there we go. I hope everybody has had a really good holiday season and ready for a new year. I know I am ready. Today, of course, is January 1st, so I'm ready for a good new year. How about you? Do you have any big plans? I don't want to say, I don't know, let me place it on there. And I think what I'll do is not move it. You know, goals or whatever for the year. I know we always traditionally set those, but do you have plans, not goals, for the new year? I would love it if you would comment below. Maybe just your major goal. Lift it up. Ah! It did not go through, so we're going to push it again. But that's the good thing about the Stamparatus. Try that one more time. Ha ha! Now, look at that. Very nice. And that's the one that I want to use. So if I try to put it in this way, oops, it's backwards. So I'm going to turn it over. And I left that little hanging up piece right here so that I could move it around, position it, and punch it. Ta-da! And now I've got another really good squirrel. Isn't that just too cute? I love them. And I could even switch them. There we go. They're switched. Isn't that fun? I love, love, love doing this because it's like, oh, how did you do that? But it's like you have a whole new stamp. A whole new stamp. Now this case, they did give us squirrels that are facing each other so that we could use that. But you only have one of them. Let's see which one. This one is the one that you have the punch for. And so if you don't do the punch or don't do this, then you have to fussy cut this one out, which is fine. Fussy cutting is fine, and I love fussy cutting. I don't mind it at all. However, it is a little more work than doing this. So, there you go. That is how to reverse a squirrel and have two squirrels facing each other. Or yeah, two squirrels facing. Oh, that's not the good one I got. Where did it go? Is that it? There we go. Have two squirrels facing each other. Isn't that just too cute and a lot of fun? The main thing is you do have to have a stamp positioning tool because it's got to be exactly on those lines in order to pick up that ink from the other side. All right, there we are. Have a good one. Please comment your goals for the year, or not goals, aspirations, what you want to do this year. But maybe just one. You don't have to list more than one. And let's encourage each other. All right, have a good one, and Happy New Year. And I will see you next time. I did forget to put down, it is youtube.com at Stampin' with Patricia. Of course, there's no spaces in all of this. There we go. All right. So, whoop, that's at, not a, Stampin' at Patricia. YouTube.com/@ symbol Stampin' with Patricia. All right. Have a good one. Have a happy new year. Post a comment below, and I will see you next time. I will finish this card and on the next video. I just wanted to do this as a quick, short video for us. Thank you so much. Have a good one.